Hello, beautiful yogis. Ashley here, and this is day 38 of the 75 Hard Yoga Challenge. Today's class is a standing strength and stability flow focused on building strong legs, steady balance, and controlled transitions through a full body practice. Now, you don't need any props for today's class, just your mat, your body, and your breath. This class does move at a steady, intentional pace with less detailed cueing. So if you're brand new to yoga and just now jumping into the challenge here, this practice may feel like a lot. So I do recommend starting with one of my slower paced or beginner friendly classes, or even starting with day one of the challenge to build a strong foundation. But if you've been following along and you're ready to build more control, stability, and confidence in those standing poses, then you are in the right place. And if you've been showing up, but all this still feels shakier or harder than it should, then there are resources for you linked below. All right, let's get started. Hit that subscribe button, grab your mat, and let's get into it. Come to the top of your mat and find mountain pose. All right, yogis, let's make our way into mountain pose. Roll the shoulders back. Open up those palms, fingertips reach towards the floor. Tail tucks, belly in, heart lifted. Big toes together, heels slightly apart. And as we find our way into mountain pose, let's just feel our feet grounding, strong, steady into the earth. Maybe even press the toe mounds of that big toe into the mat as you lift all those little baby toes, spreading the toes and then gripping the mat. Trying not to lose that lift in the spine. Feeling nice, strong, stable, rooted into the earth. And now from this place of groundedness and awareness, let's bring our hands to our heart center, palms together. And from that place, set the intention for your practice today. So what has brought you to your mat, and what are you hoping to cultivate or achieve in this time that we have together? And once you've set that intention, send the energy down, grounding it into the earth. Send it all the way up to the universe for manifestation and creation as those palms touch. Gently open up the eyes, exhale. Inhale, feel that lift, and on that exhale, take all that energy, grounding it even further into the earth, but this time, letting that energy not only come from the feet, but also from the hands. Belly stays lifted as that forehead reaches towards the shins. And then inhale, take your flat back, slight tuck of the chin, shoulders down the back. Inhale, and then exhale, bend those knees, plant the hands. We're gonna scrape those fingers coming up into our very first chair. Just hold it for a few breaths. Maybe gaze up or slightly forward, dristies over that nose tip. On the exhale, go ahead and plant those hands. Take your right foot, step it back. Your left foot follows. Drop those knees, lean forward, chaturanga modified all the way down. Little baby cobra, come up. Exhale, take it down. Inhale, curl the toes. Exhale, push it up and push it back. And then inhale, we roll it up, downward dog. Just crossing the ankles, just step it through, come to seat. And then now let's make our way onto our back to just ground in all of that energy. Bring your knees into your chest, and then on your exhale, drop those feet down. Half Savasana. Just bring one hand over the heart, one hand over the belly. Rest here for a minute. You can let those knees knock in. And I want you to connect back into your intention here for just a moment, grounding it even further into your practice, into your mat, into the earth. And let's just take 2 deep breaths. And let it all out. We're creating space to begin our practice. Inhale. And exhale. Wonderful job. Go ahead and plant your hands down, continuing to ground that energy. We're going to bring those heels in slightly towards your bottom here. Make sure those heels kind of turn slightly outward. Check your distance. Tucking the tail, flattening out the entire back. We're going to come up for bridge pose, rise it up, pressing that weight back towards the shoulders. Feel the lift of the abdominals here, the lengthening of the torso. We're going to pulse it for 5, 1. Keep pushing back into the shoulders, 2. Feel those glutes, 3, 4, and 5. Stay high. Inhale, pick up that right leg, point the toe. Keep that belly in, nice and engaged through the core. Pulse it for 3, 1, 2, 3. Keep your hips up high. We're just going to switch those sides. Hold it. Inhale, keep the tail tucked under, and 1, 2, and 3. Keep your hips high, back is flat. Try not to over crunch in that lower back. And then on your exhale, tuck that tail deeply under. Keeping that belly flat towards the spine, back is flat against the mat. Holding that core, and then exhale, release that engagement. Let's just do 3 of these core engagements. Tuck it under, hold, 1, 2, and release it. Tuck it under, 1, 2, and release it. One more time, so you're really working the core. 1, 2, and let it go. Awesome job. Walk those feet out as wide as your mat. We're just going to windshield wiper those knees side to side. Releasing the hip flexors, a little bit of the quads, getting that internal and external rotation of the hips. Feel everything releasing, letting go. Awesome job. All right, let's just take a second, let those knees fall all the way out to that right side. Maybe even anchoring the knee down a little bit, giving it a little extra push. Feel that internal rotation, or feels kind of externally rotating, but and then on that left side. And then on your exhale, we're going to switch it over. So now feeling that deeper stretch on that right leg now for that internal rotation. Feel that hip pushing outward. Inhale, and then exhale, come back into center, walk those knees in. We're going to take a happy baby here. Bring those knees into the chest, grabbing a hold of the arches, push down, opening up through those hips a little more. The more open we are in our hips, so we do want to have that strength, but we also want to have that mobility in our hips to have strong standing poses. When our hips are disconnected or super tight, then we lose connection in our standing poses. That is what connects us. So the more open that we are through those hips, and the stronger that we are, then the easier those poses are going to be for you. All right, on that exhale, bring those knees together, cross those ankles, grab a hold of those feet, roll up. We're gonna find our way into boat pose. Coming up, you can release your feet once you've made it there. Finding your version of boat, knees are deeply in towards the chest, hands are out nice and long. Maybe you straighten those legs. Work on that core compression, squeeze. Now, if this is hard for you, definitely check out the link in the description. There is a lot of compression work to make this so much more accessible for you if this is a challenge. All right, we're gonna hold that up. Inhale, and then exhale, bend the knees. We're gonna pulse it in for 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Maybe straighten your legs one more time, squeeze. 1, hold it for 5, 2, 3, you can do it, 4, and 5, cross those ankles. We're gonna send it back. Finding your first downward facing dog, press through that middle finger and thumb, wrapping armpits under, gaze to the belly button. Breathe into your space here and really notice your body, notice the sensations of the body. Where do you feel the stretch? Where do you feel, is there a disconnect? Are you stacked? Or do you feel a little out of alignment. Just notice those things, adjust accordingly. And then inhale, gaze between those hands. Slowly start to walk those feet forward. Take your time making your way to the front. Roll the shoulders back, taking that flat back. Inhale and fold. Inhale, flat back. Maybe this time take it a little deeper. Maybe walk your hands a little closer towards those heels. And then inhale, flat back, arms teed, roll it to the top. And Samastitihi, roll the shoulders back. Inhale, bring your hands into prayer, shifting your hips back, bend your knees, taking chair pose. See if you can create a little space between those knees, so that way you're not really squeezing those knees together, keeping those knees in alignment with the hips just a little bit, bringing hands into prayer. Now we're going to take those hands, fingertips scrape the floor as we rise, chair pose, tuck the tail. Feel those back muscles working hard. Inhale and exhale, rise. Inhale, hands in prayer. On that exhale, we're going to take that right foot, step it back, pyramid pose, arms distance between those feet, rise. Inhale and exhale, take that fold. 3 total breaths here. And then inhale, rise it up on that third breath. Exhale, cactus, keeping that heart open. Interlace those fingers behind you. Inhale and exhale, fold. Really pull that mat apart with both of those feet. Feel that belly lifting, grounding through the feet, gripping the toes. And then inhale, keep pulling the arms back behind you as you pull the mat apart with those feet, releasing hands, inhale, rise. And exhale, lean forward, slight bend in the knees, left leg steps back wider, we'll open it up, crescent lunge. Transitioning into warrior 2, just so we can transition into prasarita. Inhale, lift and exhale, reach the hands towards the floor, pulling that mat apart as the crown comes down. Continuing to pull the mat apart, feel the sit bones as they spread away from each other, using that outer edge of that foot, but still staying grounded through the toe mounds, the big toe mounds. And then inhale, take that flat back. On that exhale, spiral that left toe out just a little bit towards the front corner of that mat, walking hands over, Skandasana, left side, right toe spiral up towards the ceiling. Bringing hands into your prayer if you feel balanced. Opening up through those inner thighs. Strengthening deeper through that ankle. Opening through the ankle. And then taking that left hand back behind you, right hand plants, frame that foot, spiral open, find your lunge. Inhale, settle in on your exhale, drop your knee. Deepening that stretch of that back leg and hip flexor, heart peels open to the best of your ability. And then taking hands to the inside of the foot, heel toe that foot out as wide as your mat. Expose the sole of the foot, push that knee away, looking over left shoulder. Breathe here. And exhale, come down. You can keep the sole of the foot exposed here or seal that gap, coming up onto those fingertips, taking that lizard lunge, those spinal waves in your lizard lunge. So the elbows are going to bend, lead with your heart, almost like we do in pigeon. We're going to take 5 spinal waves. That's 1. Keep trying to send that pelvis down, that heart down. That's 2. Leading with the heart like you're reaching forward. 3. 4 and 5. Inhale, plant those hands, and then exhale, lean forward, picking up that back knee. And then inhale, on your exhale, we're going to spiral that right heel down, right hand plants. picking up that left hand, either stay here or dip that hip, reach that left hand down that back leg. Inhale, come up. Try that again. Back down. All right, we're gonna add to this. And last one, hip dip down and come up, plant the hand. See if you can spiral that left leg through, pick up that right arm, keep that foot from touching the floor. The foot has to come down, take it down, but see if you can lift it up. Exhale, step it back through. Take another spiral, hip dip down, and see if you can transition right into that side plank, that fallen star with that leg up, and drop that foot down. Last hip dip, and come back into center, step it back. Find your plank, drop your knees, lower down, chaturanga. Roll it up. Exhale, take it down. Curl the toes. Inhale, push it up. Exhale, push it back. And come on up, finding tabletop. Left leg extends. Bend that foot, reaching sole of the foot towards the ceiling. Now don't bow the back, pull the belly in. We're gonna pulse it up for 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Extend that leg, feel that glute and hamstring working. Inhale, and then exhale, drop the back foot down. Push into that calf, feel the stretch. Inhale, and then exhale. We're gonna spiral that right foot out, spiral the left heel down, right hand plant, stack the shoulders, side plank, modified hold. Inhale, now you can turn the toes outward as we rise, reaching towards that left leg, right arm up and over, gaze to the palm. Inhale, and exhale, come back down to that modified side plank. Inhale, and exhale, come back into that lunge, push back into that calf. And then pushing into that calf, lift up that right leg, come in three-legged dog, hold. Drop that foot down. Let's take a vinyasa, lower down. Upward facing, downward facing. Inhale, gaze between those hands, slowly start to walk those feet forward. Take a flat back, exhale, fold. Inhale, flat back, shoulders away from the ears, slight bend in the, or go ahead and bend those knees. We're gonna take that chair pose, graze those fingers, settle in, make sure you can see your toes, tuck that tail. Inhale and exhale, come back up, little mini back bend. And Samastitihi. Wonderful job. Next side, hands come into prayer. Left leg steps back. Find that pyramid pose. Inhale, rise. Exhale, fold. Two. Keep pulling the mat apart. And 3. Inhale, rise it all the way to the top. And exhale, hands come into prayer. Open it up. Inhale, rise. Exhale, cactus. Interlace those fingers back behind you. Pull down, heart open. Pull the mat apart as we exhale, fold. Stretching out those shoulders, the chest. Belly stays in. We're nice and lifted. Feel grounded through those feet. Don't let that back leg get lazy. Really make sure that you're pushing through both feet, not just the front leg. All right, pulling the mat apart with those feet, reaching hands towards the back of the room. As we rise, keep pulling them down. Release it, inhale. Exhale, hands in prayer. Lean forward, bend your knees, step it back, find your crescent. Open it up into your warrior 2, just to open it up into prasarita. So both feet pointing the same direction, fold. And then inhale and see if you can go a little deeper. So again, we're using the outer edge of the feet, getting long through the torso as the crown comes down. Create space here. Try not to lean in towards those heels. We don't want that hyperextension on the hamstrings. So we don't want that backward lean. We want to lean closer towards those toes. And then inhale, take your half back. On the exhale, turning the right toes towards the corner of the front of the mat. We're going to take that Skandasana, walk it on over. Spiraling left toes towards the ceiling. Drop in. Skandasana pose. Hands can stay down for a little more balance, or bringing your hands into prayer. Lifting belly. And 5, planting left hand down, right hand spirals back behind you. Frame the foot, come back into your center. Find your lunge. Inhale and exhale, drop that back knee, release the toes. Settling deeper into that lunge. Planting hands towards the center, heel toe that foot out as wide as the mat, exposing the sole of the foot. Push the knee away, look over that right shoulder. Inhale and exhale, come back into the center. Keep the sole of the foot exposed or seal that gap. We're going to do those spinal waves for that lizard lunge. You can come up onto the fingertips if you want here. Elbows can bend. Lead with your heart. Inhale, and notice if one side's a little tighter than the other. Exhale. And as we go through this, each wave, do you feel a little deeper in the pose? Last one. Exhale. All right, go ahead and plant those hands. Curl the back toes, lean forward, let the back knee float, shift it back, stretch into that calf. We're gonna go into those hip dips. So spiraling that left heel down, left hand down, reaching right arm towards that back leg. Inhale, come back to start. 2 more, spiral, open, drop the hip, pick it up. And last one, inhale, and then exhale. Now we're going to spiral, finding that fallen star. So pick it up, spiral, open, let the leg lift. Inhale, come back. Drop the hip. Come through, open, and drop the hip. This is a challenge, okay? So it's supposed to be hard. It's not meant to be easy. This is meant to really challenge you. Last hip dip. And exhale. Awesome job. Send it back. Lower down, chaturanga. Upward facing. Downward facing. So if that challenged you, that was the whole point. It was meant to be hard. And if it was easy for you, or just slightly challenging, then I hope that that felt good in your body and that you got a little bit of a workout in, but it is meant to be a little challenging, okay? So don't let that discourage you. Let that be just something that you work towards rather than something that you allow yourself to run away from. All right, inhale, come on down into your tabletop. Inhale and exhale, take that right leg nice and long, tuck the tail under, bend the knee, reaching that heel towards the ceiling, lift it up, feel the glutes and hamstrings working. We're going to pulse it for 5. 1, 2, don't let that back arch. 3, 4, belly's active. 5, and extend, hold it up nice and high. Inhale and exhale, drop that back foot down. Push into that calf, feel that calf start to open. Belly's tucked under. And then inhale, come through, spiraling left foot out, right heel comes down, stack it open, modified side plank. Inhale, point that toe just a little bit on that exhale, rise it up, reach for that back leg. Left arm comes up and over, gaze to the palm. So here we're not relaxed in that elbow, we're really reaching. Feel the elongation to the finger, through the fingertip. The whole entire side body reaching and lifting out of the pelvic bowl. Inhale and exhale, come back through, taking that modified side plank. Inhale, come back through. Exhale, back to center. Push into that calf. That belly stays active. Keep pushing back and then lifting that left leg. Send it all the way back, three-legged dog. And drop it down. Look between those hands, start to walk those feet forward. Roll the shoulders back, take your flat back, exhale and fold. Inhale, flat back, arms T to rise to the top. And Samastitihi, roll the shoulders back. Inhale, bring your hands into prayer. Hinge at the hips, bend the knees, chair pose. Stay low. We're gonna pulse it for 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Let those fingertips graze, strike that mat, rise. Hold it, almost there. Inhale and exhale, fold, straighten the legs. Inhale, roll the shoulders back, take your flat back. And exhale, fold. Inhale, take your flat back. Exhale, bend your knees, find your chair. Inhale and exhale, little mini back bend. And come back through. Samastitihi, roll the shoulders back. Inhale, bring your hands into prayer. Let's take our tree pose, picking up right leg. Let that foot hover over the floor for a second. Find your balance. All your weight is now in that standing leg. Try not to let that hip kick out, but stay nice and lifted. Once that feels nice and steady, find your tree pose. Assist that heel a little closer. Push that knee a little wider. Dristies over that nose tip. We're nice and strong. Rooted, grounded, strong tree. If it feels challenging for you and you would like a little challenge, then go ahead and reach those arms up. If that's not enough challenge, then take your gaze towards the ceiling. All right, bringing the hands into prayer, coming through, finding that starting point. Inhale and then exhale, right leg steps back. Find your crescent lunge. Inhale and reach that right arm down that back leg, lifting a little higher. Revolved crescent. Inhale and exhale, come through to a twisted lunge. Thumbs are up, left arm back. Inhale, rise, revolve the crescent. We're gonna do that one more time. Inhale and exhale, twisted lunge. Inhale, come back into center. Exhale, warrior 2. Pulse into your warrior 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Get a little lower, reverse your lunge. Reverse your warrior. Inhale and exhale, extended side angle. Drop that left elbow down to the knee. Right arm lifts up and over. Feel that strength in that standing leg and that front leg, that left side. Revolve that warrior. Inhale and exhale, warrior 2. Pick it up. Inhale and exhale, cactus. Plant the hands. Kick it back. Inhale and exhale, look through. 3-point chaturanga. Optional, you can always skip that. Inhale and exhale. Gaze between the hands. Maybe this time we step walk or jump to our chair. Inhale, fingertips graze. All right, see if you can come up onto those tippy toes, heels rise. Can you keep those heels up as we come up? And drop the heels down. Samastitihi. Roll the shoulders back. All right, hands in prayer, hinge at the hips. Settle in, fingertips graze, rise. Inhale and hands in prayer. We're gonna pulse it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, Stay low, fingertips grace. Inhale and exhale, little mini back bend. And back to start, Samastitihi. Awesome job. Bring your hands back into prayer. Leaning into that right leg, pick up that left foot. Hold, let that foot hover. Knee is bent. Inhale and then exhale, find your tree pose. And remember, if you want a little extra challenge, take those arms up. Even harder challenge, take your gaze up. And exhale, hands back into prayer. Come back to that starting point. Inhale and step it back. Exhale, find that crescent lunge. Settle in. Inhale and then reach the left arm back. Down that left leg, that right palm flips as we reverse that crescent lunge. Inhale and exhale, come back and open it up, twisted lunge. Thumb is up. Inhale, come back, revolve it open for that reverse crescent lunge. And then exhale, open it up, twisted lunge. Inhale, come up, crescent. Open it up, warrior two. Settle into your warrior two. And then pulse it down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold it low. Reverse the palm, reverse the warrior. Stay low. Feel that strength in that leg. I know it's burning. Let it burn. Take your mind out of it. Drop that elbow, extended side angle. Reach. Find your peace in that discomfort. Fight through it. Inhale and exhale, but not with force, not with effort. Fight through it with grace, peace, and surrenderance. Finding that warrior two. Stay low. Inhale, rise it up. Exhale, cactus. Inhale, frame that foot. Exhale, step it back. Three-legged dog. Come through, three-legged chaturanga, three-point chaturanga. Open it up, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing. And then inhale, gaze between those hands. Come up onto those tippy toes. Step, walk, or jump to chair. Stay low, fingertips graze. Bring your hands into prayer here. Come up onto those tippy toes. Heels lift, belly in, nice and strong through your center. And then see if you can come all the way up with strength and control. Drop the heels. All right, how do we do? All right, let's vinyasa, take it down. Inhale and exhale, fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold a little deeper. Inhale, flat back. Bend the knees, plant the hands, step, walk, or jump. Lower down, chaturanga. Upward facing. Downward facing. Inhale, pick up that right leg nice and high. Knee into the chest. Foot between the hands. All right, planting hands slightly forward. We're going to rise into that warrior three. Pick up the back leg. Hold that leg up. Once you feel nice and balanced with those fingertips down, you can bring your hands into prayer or take that warrior three with the arms airplaned backward. Inhale, now reach forward. Exhale, drop it down. Standing splits, walk it back. Inhale, reach it forward. Bend that left knee, right hand plants. Stack the hips. Can you reach back and grab your ankle? Open up. Release it. Come on down. Bend that knee, square those hips. Crescent, cactus, flow. Kick it back. Optional 3-point chaturanga if you want a little extra challenge, or skip it right into down dog if you're done with those chaturangas. Trust me, girl, I do not blame you. All right, right into the other side. Pick up that left leg nice and high, 3-legged dog. Knee into the chest, foot between the hands. Reaching those hands forward. Inhale and exhale. Pick it up, warrior 3. Hands can stay planted or in prayer or airplane those arms. Hold it. Inhale, reach it forward. Exhale, drop the hands down. Standing splits. We're not worried about the shapes. We're worried about progress. We're not worried about how easy the poses are or how hard they are, if we can or can't do them. We're more worried about progress. This is you against you. All right, so go ahead and plant those hands forward. Stack those hips like you're gonna go into half moon, but then bend that knee. Plant that left hand down as you open up that right arm. When you feel nice and strong and balanced here, then you can reach for the heel. So if you're not balanced here and you're tipping over, don't worry about progressing it and reaching for that heel. Only if the body says it's ready. Work on the progressions, build your way up to it. Try not to let yourself feel so defeated in the journey. Just try, see what happens, keep trying, and then try again. Until maybe 1,001 tries, you'll finally get it. On your exhale, come back down. Bend that knee, rise it up. Inhale, exhale, cactus. Plant the hands, shift it back. 3-point chaturanga, optional, last one. Inhale, exhale, send it back. Awesome job. 5 breaths in your down dog or take child's pose at any time. Always take that child's pose if you need to. Honor yourself in your practice. And 5. Inhale, pick up that right leg, knee into the chest, foot between the hands. Drop that left knee down, finding that lunge. Wonderful job. Planting that left hand down, we're gonna stretch out that quad a little bit more, bending that back knee. See if you can grab that foot or ankle, stretching out that quad a little bit better. So if you struggled getting that quad stretch from standing, here's another opportunity, and you can even be up against a wall, use a strap, a towel, a t-shirt, literally anything. If your foot is a little too far away, anything to kind of extend your arm to get that win today. All right, on your exhale, release that foot down. Hands in the center, peel the heart through. All right, planting those hands, lean forward, back knee floats. We're gonna step it into that squat. Settle down, yogi squat. Wonderful job. We got one more challenge before we're all the way through. We are almost done, I promise you. All right, plant those hands, lean forward, straighten the legs, grab those elbows, pull down. And then planting those hands, inhale, take that flat back. On your exhale, bend those knees, right leg steps back. Let's find that lunge on that other side. Bring your pelvis towards the floor as your heart peels open. Feel the openness of the body. Notice any thoughts that start to arise, the energy of your body, and the energy of your energetic field. And just draw your full awareness to the present moment. All right, either stay here or take that quad stretch, planting right hand down, bending that right knee. Reach back with that left hand, find that stretch. And exhale, go ahead and release that. Planting the hands, lean forward, step that back foot, yogi squat. Settle in. And notice if this is a little easier second time around, if your body's already starting to open a little bit, even those little micro changes, that is still progress. Sometimes we don't notice how much we're progressing because it's so small, but it's just like drops in a bucket. With enough drops, that will fill the bucket. It might take a while, but it will eventually fill up. And the same in our bodies, that micro progress, those little bits of progress compile into big gains. So just keep going, stay consistent. Even when you don't see much change, doesn't mean big things aren't happening or on their way to you. Go ahead and plant those hands, shift those hips back, straighten the legs. Take that forward fold. All right, this is our last challenge. We're going to make our way all the way down after this. Go ahead and release those hands. Take that flat back inhale. We're going to take the last vinyasa. You can skip a chaturanga. Now my Ashtanga background, I just love those chaturangas. All right, so we're going to step, walk, or jump back to plank. Lower it down. Last chaturanga of the practice, or just say screw it, doesn't matter. All right, whatever you need for today, and send it back. All right, downward dog. Okay, well, I'm going to take you through this in stages. So you can either take that left hand, kickstand it just into the center, getting used to putting a little bit of weight on that right arm, feeling that 3-point down dog with the arms. If that feels pretty good, then you can try and pick up the hand reaching for that ankle. All right, now if this feels like plenty, I want you to stay here. Otherwise, can you pick up that left leg? Whoop. And if you lose it, you lose it. Just find it. Keep going. Pick it up. Hold. Okay. More strong your belly is, the more stable. And exhale. Take it down. Pick up that right leg. Bend the knee. Dip the toe. Stretch it out. And then come back, bring it down. All right, we're gonna go right into the other side. You can do it, either kickstand or grab for that ankle. If this is already challenging, don't worry about picking up that right leg. But if you feel the call, pick it up. Or if you don't even know, explore it. You won't know until you try. And even if you fall, keep trying because you might surprise yourself. And then exhale, come back through. Pick up that left leg, bend the knee, dip the toe. And then inhale, drop it down. All right, we're gonna make our way to a seat. So find your cross-legged seated position. Step, walk, or jump. Straighten those legs. We're gonna take a Paschimottanasana. Flexing those toes towards the shins. Inhale, rise. Exhale, fold. And exhale, roll it up, roll the shoulders back, bend that right knee. Taking right leg over to left. Keep the bottom leg straight if you need to, or bend that knee. We're gonna take our twisted seat here. Left arm wraps around that right. Stretching out that outer hip here. We really wanna get that open. We worked it really hard. Inhale, sit up tall. Exhale, reach behind you, look over that right shoulder. Deepen through your twist. On that exhale, maybe you reach for the heel. Deepen, or you take your bind, whatever feels good. And exhale, take that counter twist. Sit up tall. Inhale and exhale, cow facing. Legs, we can stretch out those arms as well. Inhale, we're gonna take those eagle arms, right arm under left, either pull across, stack those elbows, or eagle arms. Sit up tall or lean forward for a deeper stretch. Maybe taking this time to connect back to your intention, reminding yourself why you're here and what you're cultivating within your practice. And exhale, open it up. All right, let's come on out of that. Last pose, take another Paschimottanasana, fold. One breath, just see how far you can go. And then roll it on up, roll the shoulders back. Bend that left knee, cross it over that right leg. Bottom leg stays straight or find that bend. Deepening through that seated posture. Inhale, sit up tall. Exhale, reach back behind you, looking over the left shoulder. Inhale, and on your exhale, deepen your stretch. Maybe grab for that heel or take the bind. Deepen. And on your exhale, take that counter twist, looking over that right shoulder. Inhale and exhale, come back into your center, cow facing legs. Inhale, rise it up, left arm under right, either pulling the arm across, looking over the right shoulder, stacking those elbows, or taking it full on eagle arm. Inhale and exhale forward. Opening up through those hips. We work those outer hips really, really well today. So we do want to make sure that we're kind to them. We reset that balance and try to release some of that tension that we built today. And then inhale, rise it on up. Exhale, release it. And we're going to come on out. Let's make our way onto our back, taking our figure four. So first, draw those knees into the chest. And then on your exhale, take that foot down. Those feet down, crossing right ankle over left knee, push that knee away. Stay here if this feels plenty for you. Otherwise, we're going to pull that knee into the chest. Figure four. And on that exhale, go ahead and bring that foot down, cross that leg all the way over, goalpost or tee those arms, taking your twist. Pick up those hips, shift them way to the right as the knees drop to the left. Gaze over that right shoulder. If you feel like you don't have a whole lot of space, you can always pick up that shoulder. But again, as you rest here, drawing your awareness to your body. Notice those subtle sensations that are speaking to you. Bring your awareness to your breath. And allow yourself to ground all the energy down. All right, last one. And then exhale, squeeze. So compress that core, pick up those hips, come back into your center. We're going to cross that left ankle over right knee, push that knee away, open up through that external rotation of the hip. And then bringing that knee in towards the chest here. You can reach in front or behind the knee, as long as the head and shoulders are down. So we want that upper back to be nice and relaxed. And just focus on maybe each breath, taking yourself a little deeper in the pose. Maybe consciously telling your body to release a little more tension with each exhale. Making more space with every inhale. Enjoy your stretch here. And then on that exhale, drop that foot down, cross that leg all the way over, goalpost or tee out those arms. Pick up the hips, shift them way over to that left, knees drop to the right. If you notice again, see as my shoulder starts to come up, you might have to pick up that right shoulder a little bit deep and through that twist to anchor that shoulder down. Anchor those knees for a deeper twist. And inhale, squeeze back into center, pick up those hips, release your bind. Reach those arms above the head, straighten those legs, lift, reach that good morning stretch. Inhale and exhale, walk those heels in a little bit more. And coming into our Savasana, but first let's tuck that tail deeply under, flattening out that back. So coming back to that point that we started in the very beginning of practice, that flat back tail is tucked. We're strengthening that pelvic floor, strengthening those deep internal muscles, while also bringing comfort to the spine and hips. Walk your feet in together, keep that tucked soles of the feet together as the knees fall out to the side, and then gently start to rest. Finding your Supta Baddha Konasana. Allowing yourself to melt into your mat. Releasing the tongue from the roof of the mouth. Relaxing the jaw and unfurrowing the brow. Allowing every inch of the body to just melt and settle in. Any tension with each exhale just slowly starts to drift away, leaving you in a state of ease and surrenderance, stillness, and peace. If you'd like to take your Savasana in this pose, you're welcome to do so. Otherwise, go ahead and assist those knees together. Tucking the tail, straighten your right leg, straighten your left leg, and melt down in your Savasana. Keeping the awareness on your breath, or whatever it is that you'd like to focus your attention on today. I'm going to leave you in silence so you can enjoy your Savasana. Now wherever you've begun to drift off to, let's come back to our body, back to the breath. And if you'd like a longer Shavasana, you're more than welcome to push pause. Otherwise, follow me. Let's begin to wiggle those fingers and toes. Rolling the wrists and ankles. Bending the knees and elbows. And whenever you're ready, roll over onto your favorite side, resting your head on your arm like a pillow. Big inhale and big exhale. Allowing all that to empty out, anything that you've still been carrying. Let's try to release it here so we don't carry it with us into the rest of our day. We just let it all go, starting fresh, starting new. And then whenever you're ready, extend that top leg, using that top arm to press yourself to a nice comfortable seated position. Try not to open those eyes so you don't disturb that peace. And once you've made your way to your seat, nice comfortable seat, bringing your hands to your knees. Let the palms face up for that mudra of receiving. Or you can even bring your pointer finger and your thumb together, reaching the rest of the fingers down towards the floor for that mudra of focus. Whichever you prefer. But your spine is long and your shoulders are back and down and your chin is tucked. And that energy is flowing freely up and down the spine. Let's take a deep breath. And a big relieving sigh. One more this time, breathing in anything you're calling into your space and releasing anything you'd like to let go of. Inhale, lift those arms above the head. On your exhale, hands heart center. Set the intentions for the rest of your day. So what are you carrying with you from your practice beyond your mat and into your life? And once you've set your intention, send that energy down, grounding it into the earth. Send it all the way up to the universe for manifestation and creation as those palms touch hands, heart center, last and final time. Until next time. Sealing this space with our mantra. Repeat this with me to yourself out loud, or not at all if you choose. May I be happy. May I be healthy. May I be peaceful. May I be filled with love. May all beings throughout time and space be happy, be healthy, be peaceful, be filled with love. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Peace, peace, peace. Namaste. All right, awesome job. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. I really hope that you enjoyed today's practice. And as always, it is such an honor to be guiding you along this beautiful journey. So I do appreciate your time and your energy. And I look forward to seeing you back here. Same mat, new challenge. Namaste.